Bore da. As we bring this week to a close, I'd like to read to you two verses from Luke's Gospel, chapter 12. And they are verses 6 and 7, reading them from the New Living Translation. What is the price of 5 sparrows? 2 copper coins? Yet God does not forget a single one of them, and the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows. Jesus informs us here that God knows the precise number of hairs upon our head. Now, according to the New World Encyclopedia, the average human head has about 100,000 hair follicles. And each follicle grows about 20 individual hairs over the course of one's life to compensate for hair loss. That's about 2 million strands of hair. Multiply that by a world population of 7 billion, and that's a lot of hair. And God has the exact count. Perhaps as staggering is the number of sparrows in the world today. The world's most common bird, according to the BirdLife International. And there are over 40 species of sparrows with a total world population estimated in multiple billions. Again, in this case, God knows the exact number. In addition to God's vast knowledge of the present state of the world, he has complete knowledge of all things past and future. His knowledge is not bound by human concept of time. The prophet Isaiah took confidence in God's surpassing knowledge. His knowledge of the future foreknowledge sets him apart from the other gods of the ancient world. And chapter 46 tells us that the gods Baal and Nebo of Babylon, whose image were fixed to the beasts of the earth, Isaiah 46 and 1, stood no comparison to the God of Israel. Listen to Isaiah 46, 9 and 10. I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is none like me. I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient time, what is still to come. I say, my purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please. This surpassing, exhaustive knowledge of God is known as omniscience. That is, God knows all things eternally. He knows every fact. He knows every detail of the present word and possesses an equal knowledge of things past and yet to come. There is no limit to the knowledge of God. God's omniscience is a consolation for those who are God's people. For Israel, it meant that God would accomplish his purpose in delivering his people out of the hands of the Babylonians. For those who have placed their faith in Christ, it means that God knows us personally and intimately and cares for our every need. It even means that God knew us before we were born. His personal and intimate knowledge of each and every one of us means that we can trust him to take care of our every need. He is not only aware of our every thought, care, and need, but he has promised to meet every one of us. And he ensures that while he ensures that every bird is well fed, how much more is he concerned this morning about your need and about mine? There is a song that was sung many years ago, written by Sevilla Martin, expresses God's all-seeing eye when he wrote or penned the words, "His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me." The Lord looks after each and every one of us individually. His eye is on the sparrow, and his eye is watching me. Whatever your need is this morning, there is a God in heaven above who knows your need and watches over you. Have a brilliant weekend. Be blessed as you listen to this song. Pob bendydd.
Should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely, lonely, and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is He. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me, watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy, I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Let not your heart be troubled. His tender words I hear, and resting on His promise, I lose my doubt and fear. Though on the path He leads me, just trust and He watches me.